we're seeing now that the demand for wanting to understand ESG and wanting to do something about it is coming directly from C-suite and from boards, from leadership.
The boards have risen in their expectation dramatically in the last 2 years to understand the issues we're talking about today.
Having a platform, leveraging data available, quality data, enables companies, to monitor what's happening in the outside world.
Looking at 2020, I think both ESG and digital transformation were put into an accelerator program. Right. ESG has been climbing the corporate ladder really, really fast. And in the last 18 months or so, it's been taking the fast elevator up. But we've also seen that there's a lot of demand and interest now in further education of board members looking for programs on ESG and finding that knowledge. And I think in order for that to really find its way into the C-suite, there's a need for evidence.
The expectations are so incredibly high from all stakeholders to really understand what are the material issues for us as a C-suite, to be informed about those material issues and to be able to sort of educate and speak about them with credibility. I think there's real hunger there.
2 years ago, I felt like I was educating many board members on the origin, the source, the evolution of the term ESG. And today, I often feel like they're educating me now. If your board's not already asking for more, providing some level of dashboard and insight into the things that we're talking about, they're going to be asking for it, so might as well get out ahead of it.
I think accountability is a word that comes up and to the front of mind for me. And that also relates to being able to understand that value creation, where you have value creation and where there's value at risk. All of this is predicated upon having business useful data that can help you to identify, pinpoint that, and make decisions on it. You also need to consider how that value at risk is being measured, and ensuring that you are staying ahead of the curve.
There's so much information out there that it's going to be important for us to determine what are the key indicators of determining how the risk is going. And so that's going to be the challenge, is narrowing those items to the key risk indicators and then measuring them to be able to tell when the velocity is increasing, when the probability of something actually might happen or occur, and that you may get the impact.
The most important thing to start with is to make sure that your whole board, not just the CFO, has crossed that Rubicon. At the end of 2020, we saw this extraordinary phenomenon of widespread awareness of the ESG imperative, but a remarkable inaction. And the inaction wasn't based on, I think, a lack of willingness to engage. It was a lack of knowledge as to how to go about doing it.
We still face subjective risk management. We assess impact and likelihood of certain risks based on very recent knowledge. Our historic memory is pretty recent. We don't go back many years. So monitoring external risk, quality external risk, really make risk assessments based on data, facts, is the future of enterprise risk management, but also really supporting boards in making fact-driven decisions.
But authenticity can only be realized if you start with high quality information. And getting access to that high quality information is, again, vastly enabled by having access to the data pools that we now have available to us. And if you take that data and you link it to the possibilities represented by augmented intelligence, you are into a different universe of priority and a different power in the hands of the CFO and the CFO's team to evaluate the business's potential response to that.
The importance of data is incredible. When you're dealing with ESG, I can say, for example, I see human rights as an emerging issue, which I do. Our materiality assessment tells me that that's an emerging issue. But how do I go back to the company and say, this is an emerging issue and here's why? I need the data and I need some information to show that.
Technology has improved, but also our understanding and the understanding of the people and our stakeholders have evolved a lot. And we are slowly making progress towards being able to better quantify and transform what was not measurable into elements that can be measured.
We have the collaborative partnership with Data Moran. Having a platform, leveraging data available, quality data, enables companies, to monitor what's happening in the outside world. So it's truly an enabler, absolutely. It provides the opportunity to wrangle large volumes of quality data.
We're always drawing on natural and social capital and using that to produce financial capital, right, through manufacturing and intellectual work, et cetera. So if you really truly take care of your people and you've got them engaged and they're loyal to the company, they will produce better. They will be more effective, more efficient, hopefully.
Using data to monitor performance, but also using data to monitor events that might affect that performance. So, and that's where technology comes in to really systematically and dynamically track those developments and those, potential weak signals that are appearing here and there, but that are very difficult to see.